In the heart of New York City, among the towering skyscrapers and bustling streets, there lived an old man named Samuel Grayson. Once a formidable force on Wall Street, he was known for his razor-sharp instincts and an uncanny ability to predict the market. Then, one day, he disappeared. Not in the dramatic sense, no public scandal, no headlines. He simply withdrew from the financial world, liquidated his assets, and faded into obscurity. For years, theories swirled. Some believed he had suffered a massive financial loss. Others speculated he had gone underground after discovering something dangerous. But the truth was far more complicated. One evening, Elliot Carter, a young investigative journalist, stumbled upon an old, tattered ledger in a dimly lit antique shop. The shopkeeper, a frail man with deep-set eyes and a knowing smile, claimed it once belonged to Samuel Grayson. The ledger was filled with cryptic notes, mathematical equations, and obscure coordinates. Among them, a single phrase was scrawled repeatedly: "The last move is silence." Intrigued, Elliot followed the clues. The coordinates led him to a deserted skyscraper scheduled for demolition. Inside, he found an old safe embedded in the floor. It contained a single key and a slip of paper with the address of a bank in Zurich. Excitement surged through him. Had Grayson hidden his fortune overseas? But the deeper Elliot dug, the stranger things became. The Zurich bank had no record of any account belonging to Grayson, yet when he used the key, a vault opened, completely empty except for a single newspaper clipping from decades ago. The headline: "The algorithm that could predict the market, Grayson's greatest secret?" Elliot barely had time to process this when he received a letter with no return address. Inside was a single sentence: "Some treasures are meant to remain unseen." Shaken but undeterred, Elliot pressed on. Every lead he followed unraveled more contradictions. A company Grayson had supposedly divested from still had his name buried in its records. A safe deposit box in Manhattan, supposedly abandoned, contained stock certificates from companies that hadn't existed in decades, yet their logos matched those of modern tech giants. Then, an anonymous tip led him to an underground poker club where high-stakes traders gambled with fortunes no one could trace. Among them, a man named Vincent Hale seemed to recognize Elliot immediately. "You're playing a game you don't understand," Hale warned. Grayson didn't lose his fortune. He erased it. Elliot barely had time to react before the power flickered, and the poker club descended into chaos. When the lights came back, Hale was gone, leaving behind a single poker chip with an engraved symbol, the same symbol from Grayson's ledger. Things took a darker turn. Elliot's apartment was ransacked, his laptop wiped clean. When he returned to the antique shop, it was abandoned. No records of it ever existing. The building owner swore it had been vacant for years. Determined, Elliot dug deeper. He discovered a hidden offshore network, a series of fake companies all tracing back to one name: Samuel Grayson. But here was the impossible part. These companies weren't tied to any known currency. Instead, they traded something no one could explain, an asset that fluctuated independently of global markets. It wasn't money. It wasn't gold. It was data, predictive data, seemingly capable of forecasting economic shifts, political upheavals, and even natural disasters. Had Grayson cracked the ultimate code? Had he built an algorithm so powerful that its very existence threatened the financial order? Elliot was close. Too close. The next day, every trace of his investigation vanished. His bank accounts froze. His press credentials were revoked. His emails bounced back as undeliverable. Then, a final letter arrived. No return address. No stamp. Inside, a single line: "The last move is silence." And Samuel Grayson? He was never seen again. If this story captivated you, be sure to subscribe to Tales by Reddy for more thrilling stories such as this. Share your views in the comments below. See you in the next one.